Okay, next point. Okay, now how to cover the technical and professional skill marks. A brief view. A brief view. Do remember that these sessions are just for practice session. These sessions are not for the purpose that we will discuss something to develop the concepts or develop the things accordingly. By the way, about professional skill marks, a detailed video available on the YouTube at my YouTube channel. After some slides, the link also available. You can get the video accordingly. But here, a quick briefing I am giving to you how to handle the exam question. So here I am discussing that how to handle the AFM exam answer or how to handle any question during the exam, including professional and technical marks. Now listen carefully. The very important thing. Invest your exam time. Number one, the very important thing. Whenever you are making the revision of AFM, you must have to clear in your mind that if I'm going to attempt the question in the examination hall, the time I will invest classified into two parts. The time you need to invest classified into two parts. Number one, the first part of your time that you will invest is a planning. Before attack, you have to plan. That's a key point. Without planning, if you directly start the question, you will not be able to perform your exam according to examiner expectation. So important point is that during revision sessions, during exam condition practice, during exam simulation, you have to practice the question in a manner that first I have to plan my question and second, then attempt the question. Plan before attack and then war. Ideally, examiner mention 20% of the time related to 20% of the time related to 20% of the time related to plan, 80% of the time related to war. That's attack. That's important. That's very much important. Let's take one example. For example, if you are attempting a question of 10 marks question, for example, if you are going to attempt a question of 10 marks question, 10 marks question means 8 technical marks and 10 professional marks. 8 technical marks and I'm sorry, this is not 8, this is actually 2. Typo error. 10 marks question, 8 technical marks and 2 professional marks. Now, how any of the student, how to handle that 10 marks question? Now listen carefully one by one. Number one, the first thing is that you have to cover, that is called the time management. If you are going to attempt the question, that's first thing you need to cover, that's called time management. Time means invest the planning matter. Number two, the marks management. Whenever you are going to attempt any question, you have to think about that. How much time I need to invest? First thing, that's time management. Number two, what the material I have to write in the answer. That's the second point. So first thing is time management. Number one, do remember that you have total 180 minutes. 3 hours means 180 minutes. And you need to attempt 80 marks, not 100. 80 marks. So if you divide 300 to 80 marks, for each mark you have 2.25 minutes. Game has changed, my dear. Game has changed. You have 180 minutes for 80 marks. So it means 2.25 minutes for each mark. For 10 marks, you have 22.5 minutes. First thing. Number two, for 10 marks, how much marks do you need to attempt? Number one, technical and professional. Technical and professional. But do remember, actually professional marks is a part of technical marks. It's not extra. For example, if examiner, there are 4 components of professional marks. I will let you know about the professional marks. One moment. Number one, time allocation. For time allocation, you have to invest 20% time for the planning, means 5 minutes, and 17 minutes for application. So you have to invest 5 minutes at any cost. 5 minutes for any cost about the planning, what to write, how much to write. Now, listen, watch the slide at the lower side. Marks management. Marks includes 2 things. Technical marks, which means how much to write. How much to write means according to the marks. If someone say that with this question, how much we need to write? So you must say that there for 8 technical marks, I need to write 4 to 5 or 5 to 6 well explained point. Okay. Number 2, what to write? First of all, think that how much to write, how much points, 2 points, 3 points, 4 points. Then what to write? And what to write, you need to identify the technical points. Point number 1, point number 2, point 3, point 4. And very important point, first of all, identify technical points. Then think about the professional skill marks. Professional skill marks. Let's say for example, there are 4 to 5 technical points you have identified. You have approached 5 technical points. Point number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are the technical points. The technical points are the cake, but professional marks is actually the icing on the cake. Icing on the cake. Let's apply the complete slide with the exam question Robson. I'm not discussing exactly about what Robson inside. Robson is a question of APV with the comments. Total 25 marks. Technical marks 20 and 5 marks professional. Robson part A, listen carefully. Robson part A, 13 marks question. Part A. Part B, 7 marks question. Here we are discussing part A. Part A, APV calculation 10 marks. Out of 13, APV calculation 10 marks. And comments 3 marks. Professional marks. There are 5 professional marks. But this professional marks include part A, part B both. Professional marks includes, for part B, there are 3 components. Although there are 4 professional marks, but for professional marks, 4 different professional skills required for part section A of the syllabus. I will discuss that point later with the webinar. But for 25 marks question, only 3 professional skill marks required: analysis evaluation, skepticism, commercial acumen. During the question, I will discuss how to handle this. But initially, just a quick review. So there are 3 professional skill marks. Professional skills required here. So this is the 10 marks question. How to handle? Number 1. For APV calculation, examiner highlight 9 technical marks and 1 professional marks for 10 marks question. 1 professional marks for analysis and evaluation. What does that mean? Analysis evaluation means whatever the calculation required, you have to pick the calculation from the question and use the spreadsheet. So do remember, professional skill marks, it's not only for theory. Professional skill marks also for calculation. If we are working with calculation, so taking the data from the question and using the spreadsheet function properly, we will be able to get out of 5, 1 professional skill marks. And that is the part of analysis and evaluation. Can you please reply me? Is this point clear to you? Professional skill marks not only related to theory, but also the calculation. If we are using the right data from the question and incorporating in the right manner with the spreadsheet, using the right function, we will be able to get 1 or 2 marks of the spreadsheet. That's good. Do remember, here mentioned shortcut function. For NPV, for IRR, for BSOP calculator, the shortcut functions using, examiner saying that the student must have a command to use the shortcut function. For example, if you can use the IRR with the shortcut function, but you are not using the shortcut function, instead you are in a detailed working to calculate the IRR, examiner will deduct your mark, because professional accountant must have to show the ability that I can use the spreadsheet function, Excel function. Shortcut function, shortcut workings. That is the point. So this is what about the analysis evaluation, and this is the part of technical marks. So at last, I just say here one important point. Professional marks is actually how well or how professionally you are attempting the technical marks. Professional skill marks means how well you are attempting the technical marks, including the guideline of analysis evaluation, skepticism, and acumen. That is the point. Okay, students, agenda. So what part of the agenda we have covered till now? We have covered till now the point number 1, AFM Bootcamp objective. And I hope that you have got a very valuable insight based on bridging the expectation gap. So whatever the advice I have provided to you, you have to apply with your revision and practice questions. Now moving forward, the remaining part of the discussion includes what's the AFM core practice material, what inside the bootcamp, and the execution of the bootcamp. Now come on, AFM practice material. What I personally suggest that the AFM practice material for revision for revision practicing, it's AFM pass exam practice questions. These are the practice questions available, including mock exams published by ACCA. And it's with this slide, it's particularly highlighted with the left side of the box. That's called AFM, ACCA AFM pass exam CB practice questions. That's available with the CB format. And including mock exam, you have five practice exam questions with professional skill marks. These are good enough. If you wanted to practice more questions with the professional skill marks, you can attempt the question. For example, AFM September 2022 question, you have to attempt with the CB format and check your answer with the Kaplan kit or the AFM study hub, ACCA study hub AFM material, practice material. So you can check your questions accordingly. That's sometimes, most of the time, question match with the practice material. So with practice material of ACCA study hub or the BBB kit or the Kaplan kit, most of the questions are available with the professional skill marks. So you can check here. Furthermore, 6 more questions not available with a CB format, but I suggest you have to attempt with a blank CB format. But always attempt all these questions with exam simulation, whatever the advices I provided above. You can make a good strategy. For example, you have total 18 papers available. So total 18 exam papers. So 18 50 marks question and 36 25 marks question. A very huge question bank, very big question bank. It's very extensive. Total 54 questions. Believe me, if you attempt with exam simulation by 75 or 80% of the questions, I can assure you, not guarantee you, I can assure you that you will qualify exam. Not guarantee, because no human being it's possible to provide guarantee to anyone else, because there's a limitation. Only Allah, God knows that what will happen with your result. But based on my experience, I can assure you. About topic-wise metrics of the question, we will provide you with the later parts of the AFM Bootcamp material. That's called question metrics. So this is what about the AFM pass exam practice questions. Number 2, what inside the AFM Bootcamp? AFM Bootcamp includes these things. Number 1, whatever I've discussed with you about the bridging the expectation gap, I will definitely apply with my material of AFM Bootcamp. That's the professional skill marks, theoretical guidance, time management aspects, all the things. The first thing is bridging the expectation gap. Number 2, AFM practice questions. Number 3, smart exam techniques, drafting plus professional skill marks techniques, examiner report analysis about what do's and don'ts, and mock and assignment evaluations. So that's a point. So how the boot camp will execute? Very important. The learning outcomes, that's absolutely free for all of you. Include practice questions, 25 marks, 3 questions I will share with you. 50 marks, one question I will share with you. Drafting techniques, I will share with you, including professional skill marks, smart exam techniques that will provide you the guidance how to catch easy marks. And in fact, also discuss how to face the hard component of the hard aspects of the question paper and examiner report analysis. These are absolutely free, but if you wanted to get your evaluation and feedback, including mocks and additional questions, that's charged, and the fees is mentioned on the screen. If you registered for this bootcamp feedback and evaluation, so I will provide you the detailed feedback about mock 1, that's ACCA published September 23, and at December 23 mock exams, at the time of December 23 exam. Number 2, mock 2, that I will compile for September 23 and December 23 at the time of December 23 session. And additional questions, detailed evaluation. And that is about additional questions, 4 more additional questions I will provide you. You have to submit me through email and I will respond to you accordingly. That's the point. So these are the aspects of the execution, something free and something charged. Furthermore, how you will access the material. Number 1, all the AFM Bootcamp videos are pre-recorded and you will get access through my YouTube channel, or you have to follow me with my Facebook page. It's mentioned on the link. So subscribe my YouTube channel and follow on the Facebook. Further, you have to join the WhatsApp group. You have to join the WhatsApp group. That's important. WhatsApp group, where I will update the material directly first on the WhatsApp group. Further, all the documentary material will be available with the G Drive link. Documentary materials, draft materials will be available with the G Drive link. And that link will be available on the WhatsApp groups, and even description of the YouTube video as well. All above material are free except for the feedback and evaluation systems. Finally, as I committed, I will motivate you, support you to develop the self-confidence. Students, these are not the Photoshop picture. That's reality. If these people can do these things, you can easily get the success of the AFM. It's all about the power of belief. So you need energy, motivation, courage, self-confidence to do the AFM and rest of the exams. Thank you very much. If you wanted to contact me, you can contact me through WhatsApp +92321 8271784 or email me info@husainghazi.com. So if you have any question, you can ask me on the WhatsApp groups, and I really appreciate if you feel that these sessions are valuable for you. Do comment with my YouTube video. Do comment with the YouTube video. I really appreciate for this. Thank you very much. Take care a lot.